Good afternoon, everybody. It is 1 o'clock on a Monday afternoon, and that means it's time to go live from the Findlay, Hancock County Chamber of Commerce as we tell you about everything happening at the Chamber of Commerce this week, not only here at the Chamber, but also member events, jobs posted by our members, and a whole lot more going on. Good afternoon. I'm Doug Jenkins here to tell you all about it, and we have a very busy week in store for you, so let's get right into it. Here's how busy it is. It doesn't all fit on the screen. I have to scroll. Look at that. I have to keep scrolling to show you everything that's on the agenda this week. We've got a lot going on, so let's hop right into it. Tomorrow, we will have our quarterly small business workshop. You can see it'll be about overtime when it's required and other facts about paying employees. And I have with us today our main speaker, Bob Bethel. Bob, thanks for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me.
So this is an interesting issue. A lot of times with our small business workshops, we talk about marketing, we talk about cybersecurity, things like that. This is the first one we've done in a while, specific when it comes to payroll, and we've seen a pretty good response, particularly when it comes to overtime. What are some of the things that you'll be highlighting tomorrow?
Sure, we're gonna. Well, again, thanks for asking me. I'm looking forward to coming down to Findlay and having that discussion with you. But we're gonna talk about things like what's the difference between an exempted employee and a non-exempt employee? What are the reasons you can actually consider somebody exempted versus a non-exempt? So that means that you have to pay them for all hours over 40 hours. So that'll be something that we'll talk about. So we'll talk about other situations, what kind of pay must be included in hours worked in order to be considered for paying overtime. We'll even talk about whether bonuses need to be included in the calculation of overtime. And that's one area that is probably one of the biggest mistakes that a lot of employers make, is not including bonuses in the calculation of overtime. And so that'll be something that we'll spend a little bit of time with on there too. So some companies would like to be able to use comp time instead of paying overtime. Can't do that so much.
No.
Unless you're a public employer, can't do that. So
very interesting. So this, I have to imagine, be great for HR professionals, but for small businesses who just maybe have 2, 3, 4, 5 employees, somewhere in that range, where you're not always the payroll person, you're also maybe you're out in the field or on the floor or whatever you're doing. You need to have this information.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's the thing. Even if you're not big enough to have a dedicated HR professional, somebody do HR and payroll and those kind of things. So people need to be aware of these types of things. And hopefully, if you have a payroll service that's providing the actual payroll services to your company, then they're helping with those things. But it's still something that owners, business managers, office managers, anybody who's ultimately responsible for payroll or HR needs to understand these things.
Very good. Well, Bob, we're looking forward to your full presentation tomorrow. And thanks again for doing this for us.
All right. You're very welcome. See you tomorrow.
Absolutely. You can still get signed up for that, by the way. It is a free service for Chamber of Commerce members. All you need to do is go to our website, findlayhancockchamber.com. Go into the events section. You just hit the drop-down menu like that, and then bring it into the calendar. There's your registration button, and you're all set to go. So make sure you get signed up for that. If you have questions about how to handle payroll in your company, Bob will have a lot of answers for you tomorrow. So some really good information coming your way. Also tomorrow, big day for our Hancock Adult Leadership class. They will have their graduation tomorrow at 11:30. It's nothing you need to sign up for or anything. Just wish them well if you know a member of the class. And we'll be announcing next year's class very soon. We kick off with a lot of ribbon cuttings this week on Wednesday. We have 3 ribbon cuttings this week. The first one, very excited about this, mostly because I'm hungry right now. We're going to be at Miller's Meat Barbecue and Catering, celebrating their 35th anniversary in the city. There'll be some samples over there. Of course, there'll be some pre-made lunches for you to buy. Really looking forward to visiting with Stanley and everybody over there. They do great work. They have great food, and the ambassadors are very excited to be there, as am I. Because again, I'm hungry. It's 1 and I forgot to eat lunch. That's on me. We have another ribbon cutting coming up on Thursday, May 18th. This will be at 1:45 in the afternoon from Chamberlain Hill, rededicating their land labs ceremony. This is pretty exciting. They've been working on getting this put back together. I think the pandemic kind of caused it not to be used as much as they wanted to, but now everything's back in full swing. So they'll be rededicating that. We'll be on hand to tell you all about that. We'll be going live after the ribbon cutting as well. But a lot of hard work, not just from the staff at Chamberlain Hill, but the students. We'll be able to show you that a little bit later in the week on Thursday. Also coming up Thursday, you can see we have a wine tasting at the Wine Merchant for the Findlay Young Professionals. Here to tell us about that, Colin Goodrich joining us with FYP. Good afternoon, Colin.
Good afternoon.
So you guys have been quite busy with FYP. I had an Adulting 101 talking about investing here recently. This looks more like a social gathering. Looks like it'll be a fun one.
Yeah, this is a fun gathering. It's free for members to attend, but if you're not a member, you can still show up. It's $15, and it will include 4 free tastings, and then there'll be palate cleansers available as well for free. And then, as you probably know, the Wine Merchant has lots of spirits, other wines, beers, and premium food offerings available for purchase as well.
Absolutely. So a great way, if you're not involved with FYP right now, this is a really good way to get in and kind of see what it's about and meet a lot of the people who are involved.
Yeah, this is going to be an open house format, so it'll be from 4 to 6 o'clock, and you can show up whenever and meet some other young professionals in the community. It's for people 20 to 40 years old. This event, due to the nature of it, is 21 and over only, but generally all of our events are for young professionals aged 20 to 40 in the community.
Colin, I know it's been a busy year for FYP with near weekly events, it seems, and it seems like the numbers have been rising too. A lot of new members and more people getting involved with the group.
Yeah, that's true. These type of events, these happy hour kind of social events, as you pointed out earlier, are great opportunities for people to come out, meet us, see what we're all about, and get involved. And then that generally leads to a rise in membership. They like what they see.
Absolutely. Colin, if people are interested in Findlay Young Professionals, whether it's this event or just want to get some general information, what's a good way to get in touch with you?
Yeah, well, you can find us on the Chamber website. You can just Google Findlay Young Professionals and it'll pop right up. And we have new events coming up all the time. You can also find us on Facebook, LinkedIn. I think we're even on Instagram now. So we're trying to get more of a social presence out there. But yeah, a lot of different channels to reach out to us.
Very good. Colin, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Be sure to check out that event if you're interested in Findlay Young Professionals. Just want to check out the Wine Merchant. Great opportunity for you this Thursday from 4 until 6. And one more chamber event to tell you about this week. I told you it's busy. We have another ribbon cutting. This one also very excited for. Awakening Minds Art back in a physical location. We'll be out on Tiffin Avenue to tell you all about that. Ribbon cutting will be at 4. We'll go live on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube just after that as well. So make sure you are subscribed to our Facebook page. You'll get a lot of great information about what's going on in the business community. No member events to tell you about this week. We do have some job postings from our members, though. If you know someone who's looking for a job, or maybe you're looking for a change of pace, here are a few different options. Speaking of Awakening Minds Art, you can see they're looking for additional members for their board of directors. You can contact them directly through our website on the job page. Also posted within the last week or so, the OSU Extension Office in Hancock County out on County Road 140 posted a couple of jobs. One, a program assistant for the 4-H Youth Development Program. Another, an office services coordinator. That's a part-time position. There's that full-time and part-time availabilities. I think we'll have someone on probably next week to talk a little bit more about those jobs and what they're looking for. But if you want to get ahead of it, you can click on these links on our website to get more information there. Also want to remind you that nominations are open for the Small Business Awards for 2023. If you know of a business who's doing good in the community, maybe they've seen rapid expansion, maybe they're a new business worthy of some recognition. There are, look at here, I'm just going to scroll through the categories. You can see them all there. If you go to findlayhancockchamber.com/SBA, you can see all of these different programs and all of the different award categories, and you can do the nomination right there. So if you know of a business that you just think deserves recognition this year, easy for me to say, you can go ahead and get started on that. We'll be taking applications through usually July is when we stop taking those nominations. So go ahead and get started on those today. One last thing that I want to tell you about before we call it a day. We are starting a leads exchange group here at the Chamber of Commerce. We just sent an email out to people subscribed to our email list last week. I want to let you know about that too. This is a way for our members to directly exchange potential for business, or potentially exchange potential business leads. It's just that easy. We have information available about it now. If you're interested, comment on this video either on LinkedIn or on Facebook, or you can contact me directly. Just email me djenkins@findlayhancockchamber.com. I'll send you the information about the group as well as an application. We'll be starting this in June. We'll meet twice monthly. And again, it's an opportunity for you to get direct business leads. We love all of our networking. We think the power of a conversation is great, but we also recognize that a lot of times that direct lead is what you're looking for. And that is going to be an opportunity for you to take part in starting next month. We'll talk more about that coming up in future editions of the Monday announcement. We've already gone over 10 minutes. It's time to get back to work, everybody. That'll do it for this week's edition. We'll be live with you several times this week and then back with you with the Monday announcements on my birthday next Monday. We'll talk to you then. Have a great week, everyone.